What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Y'all know what it is. It's the Brand U Development Series podcast where we bring you just some of the country's most movers, shakers, entrepreneurs, impact builders, those who are doing some impactful things, both in personal and professional. That's what we want to bring you. We're going to bring you just hopefully some knowledge, some information, resources that you can use in your professional life, that you can use in your personal life, that will able to make you better. Because if you know me, my goal, my assignment is to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And the way that I do that, one of the ways that I do that is by bringing some phenomenal people doing some phenomenal things that's going to make you think, they're going to make you work, and they're going to tell you like it is. They're not going to sugarcoat it. They're not going to make you tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. And this episode is no different than any other. And this young lady that I got right here with me to come and talk to us today, you'll meet her in just a second, just about some phenomenal things that she's doing. She's gonna get your mind right, she's gonna get your body right, and she's going to make sure that you're eating the right foods too, to make sure that you're eating is not just it's a lifestyle. Healthy eating is a lifestyle. Healthy eating is a mindset. So we're going to talk about all of those things. So I want to introduce everyone to Miss Marci Scott Ans, and we're going to talk a little bit about her. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us just a little bit about who she is, what she does, and then we're going to get into our conversation about health, wellness, and nutrition. Miss Marci, how are you, ma'am? How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for having me on. You can just call me Coach Marci. No need for formalities or last names. Everybody knows who I am. Just Coach Marci, Coach M. It's fine.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool. And I love that. I love that. I love that. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And I want to thank you for having this conversation that I believe is needed. And I believe that people will be better after this conversation than they were before we had this conversation. But I'd just like to start the way that I usually start with, with these conversations is tell the folks, if you can, just a little bit about who you are and what you do, if you can, and then we'll get into all of the other aspects of you being an entrepreneur and everything.
Well, I am Coach Marci. I have an online programming, which is online health, wellness, coaching business. I've been doing it since 2020, fully. But I'm a trainer, been a trainer since 2010. So this is my background. I've been something that I love, and then got into nutrition, graduated, got my nutrition degree and certification. So because I wanted to be able to help people more and more. I help all types of people. I started off obviously training in person with people, working at big box gyms, did group fitness, love doing that, love taking people through the workouts, doing that. Something that I still do, which is ride the bike. Like, I'm a cyclist at heart.
Really? Okay.
Love it. Like, that is my go-to. If I don't feel like doing anything else, I'll jump on my bike,
Get it in.
Absolutely. Quick and easy, honey. It's done. And so then from when I transferred, and obviously after COVID hit, everything shut down. So yeah, including our gyms. And then that's when I decided to take everything online and to kind of change the way that I train. So now I train virtually. I have clients that I train literally as I'm talking to you. I sit there and I watch what they're doing and I correct their form. Okay. And then the other way that I train is through online programming, where the client takes the information that I've given them, the meal plans, as well as the workouts that I've prescribed for them for the week. And they do it. And then we check in once a week so I can see how they're doing, how they're progressing. I also am able to watch what they're doing through the app, whether or not they've checked off the workouts that I've created for them. and to see how much they're lifting, like you can't hide from me. Like I'm always watching. I got clients who are, that are lifting 20 pounds. I'm like, dude, like you're a dude. You can lift heavier than that. I'm lifting 20 pounds and I'm a woman. So, but yeah, and I keep it lighthearted and have fun with my clients, and literally what I offer, it's not just me being a trainer. These are lifestyle changes, I offer programs. I don't charge by the session. That's not what I do. I don't nickel and dime people. It's literally one flat rate and for the program, and what they get is just the vast knowledge that I offer, as well as the direction that I offer, as well as life coaching. A lot of my clients, they have other issues that are happening with inside of their life that may take an effect on their ability to work out. Well, if something else is off in your life, it's going to affect everything, including working out, right? So let's talk about that. What's happening? Let's see if I can help you. And if I can't, I'm going to direct you to a professional that can, right? Because we want all aspects of our lives to be in sync and to work well together. So that's what I offer.
Absolutely. And I love that, because I've always believed too, like you said, our health is connected to a lot of things that we do in life. And if there are other aspects of our lives that are off, then sometimes our go-to is food and not healthy food. It's not healthy food. It's not healthy food, which can always, will always have an effect on us, and especially as we get older, it definitely has a major effect. Because somebody asked, I think I was thinking about this or talking about this the other day, and I was thinking, I eat pretty much the same foods that I've eaten since I was like in college. The things that I eat, my diet hasn't really changed a whole lot. But what I've noticed that now that I'm older, of course, I've got to work out more, because those foods, because I've never eaten a lot of fried foods or anything like that. And always tried to be pretty healthy eater. Don't eat a lot of sweets now, but but I've learned that as I've gotten older, I've had to taper those things that I eat, and in conjunction with trying to do some kind of exercise to go along with it, because
the two go hand in hand ultimately, yeah. Right? But I have nutrition clients that can lose weight without having a lot of movement, as long as they're active, because there's a difference between working out and being active, right? Yeah. So I tell my nutrition clients that are specifically just nutrition, I'm like, go for a walk. Go for a 30-minute, or if you can, do a 2 to 3 mile walk every other day, if not every day. That's not necessarily working out. That's just being active. And then they eat the foods within inside of their macros that they're supposed to, within inside of their caloric range. They lose weight. Do you know what I mean? So food is definitely important, but being active definitely counts. The two definitely go hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let me ask you this. What got you started in fitness and nutrition? What made you say, you know what? Hey, is that something that you always wanted to do, as far as being a fitness and nutrition trainer? And then, of course, I'm going to attach on the entrepreneurship aspect of it too. Was that something that you saw yourself doing or becoming or being as you thought about it, like you said, and everything?
So what got me started on this health path is because I was unhealthy, right? So, we're taking it back. So while I was in school, I was fairly healthy, meaning I worked out, I did things of that sort. I played outside. I did all the, different generational gaps from kids nowadays. Like, we went outside, right?
Right, exactly. And it wasn't even like we had a choice to eat. It was like, go outside and play.
Go outside and play. Don't you come inside of my house. I'm making dinner, and be back by the time the street lights come on.
It is them street lights. I think all of us know about the street lights.
So, that's telling our age right there.
Right.
So, all of that set aside, in my early 20s or so, when I was married to my first husband, he was fairly athletic. So we worked out together. So that's how I kind of got the bug, right?
Okay.
And then once he and I split, I kind of went on a little bit of a downward spiral. Now, life has twists and turns, ebbs and flows, right? And we deal with it in our own way. Well, I dealt with mine with eating and drinking, lots of eating and drinking. So as time went on and as I got older, I realized that this is not how I wanted to live the rest of my life, overweight, bloated, and just kind of aches and pains all over the place, from internally to the outside, right? Face was always broken out, always had some sort of, skin issues. Tummy was always upset. It was bad. So who did I meet? I went to a big box gym and I was like, you know what? I need a trainer. And I got like one of the little, I think it was like a 3-day trial with the trainer. It was fairly inexpensive. And I was like, let me try this. That man put me through such an just insane workout. And it really kind of opened my eyes. I was like, I'm so unhealthy. What the hell is wrong with me, right? And I knew because I had a background already in working out and just being active. And I'm like, I got to get my stuff together. So after that, I literally just started doing research on myself, like how to do this, how to do that. And the more that I did it, and the more that I started going to group fitness classes and started taking, these workout classes, my body started to change, because then I also added in different elements of food, right? I used to be one of those people, which I get this a lot with a lot of new clients that come on with me. I used to be one of the people that wouldn't eat until 12 o'clock. Ooh. I never had breakfast, but I was also going to bed at like 4 a.m. So, but I would never eat breakfast. I would always have like lunch and then maybe two to 3 meals after that, right? If at that. Mm-hmm. So my body was holding on to food because it thought it was starving, right? Which is what I have to explain to clients now. I'm like, eat breakfast. I eat now 5 to 6 times out of the day. And I'm not talking huge meals, right? I'm talking small, moderate sized meals, snacks in between, anywhere between 300 to 500 calories, depending on the day and how much I've worked out. But once I started doing that and started doing the workouts, I saw my body change. Other people noticed it too. So other people were like, well, wait a minute, what are you doing? Can you do it for me? And I'm like, but I'm not a trainer. And they were like, I don't care. I need your, they were like, what are you doing? Because we see the change. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. If people are literally coming to me for this, this is working for me. Why can't this work for them? Why don't I become a trainer? So that was the epiphany that I had back in 2009. So all of that happened literally right around 2009. And then I got my degree in 2010, got hired. So from 2010, I literally kept learning the ropes from my different managers, again, working still in big box gyms, and just kind of learning and taking in from other trainers that have done it longer than me, and being a student, right? I never think that I know it all, because I don't, right? And I'm always a student of life, and I'm always willing to learn. So literally, after just being in that situation for about, I think I got out of there. It was from 2010 until 2015, I kind of just learned more and more from different companies, right? 2015, something in my life happened and something clicked, and I'm like, I don't want to be just a trainer. I need to do something more. I need to learn something else. I'm like, what else can I do? Nutrition. Nutrition goes hand in hand with working out. And a lot of my clients back then were asking me, well, what do I eat? I'm like, I don't know, just eat this, right? You know what I mean? Eat 4 to 5 times a day, increase your veggies, and drink plenty of water, and add protein in every meal, was what I would say. But that's not really a plan. That's not really teaching anybody how to properly eat, right? Because I myself didn't have the knowledge. So in 2015, I decided to go back to school. Okay. Went back to school to study nutrition, study nutrition and dietetics, and that literally made it click. And I'm like, I can put all of this together and really help somebody. So then I just, again, and then after COVID hit, that's what just made me then decide to take off and do my own thing, right? I wanted to be able to reach more people, and not just the people that were inside of my demographic region. I wanted to reach people that were in London, or because I was living in California at the time, in New York, or, you know, Italy or South Korea, somebody in the military, like whatever the case is. I wanted to be able to reach more people than just I were able to talk to face to face. So that's what came to me to decide to branch off on my own, and then start my own business. And that's how the entrepreneurship came from within inside of me, just kind of building blocks from what I had already learned.
Now I'm gonna take you there. Now that you have that entrepreneurship experience under your belt now, what has that taught you about, one, being a leader, but then what has it taught you about who Marci is and who Marci is becoming?
You know, being a leader is just knowing who you are, right? Knowing the information that you have, and not being afraid to step outside of the box, right? And not being afraid to kind of do things that other people are afraid to do. For me, being an entrepreneur has just definitely opened up more doors, and has opened up a wider scope for me to kind of just take more in, right? So no matter what I'm doing and what y'all see me do on the back end, I'm always learning, right? I'm always learning. I have coaches, I have business coaches. And so they continuously help me on how to refine my message and how to market myself. Like, I didn't go to marketing school, right? So for me, it just really is just really kind of just showing me literally what I'm made of, right? And getting over that fear, right? Because fear, I think, is in a lot of people, and people are afraid to do things. And all it really boils down to is, what are we afraid of? Are we afraid of failing? Well, failing is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that wasn't the right thing at that moment. Let's try it again until we get the right thing. Like any multimillionaire or any business person that I've ever known, they have failed multiple times until they hit that one. And that one is all you need. That is all you need, right? So when people are like, oh, I can't do this. Well, no, you say you can't do it, but you can. You're choosing not to do it. And that, for me, I've never put myself in the box where I can't do something that I don't put my mind to. That's something my grandmother taught me that when I was a young kid, and it's always stuck in my mind. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. And that still holds true to today, right? I teach that to my daughters and to my grandkids and to my clients, right? You can do this. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Who cares? Nothing is ever made without challenges. Diamonds are not made because they're laying in a fluffy little cloud. They're made under pressure, right? So who are you? So for me, that has taught me that I am stronger than what people have realized. I'm stronger than sometimes I realize. And the fear that I've had, it's literally just changing that mindset, right? The mindset and just getting over it. Who freaking cares? Let me tell you one of the things that literally kind of was holding me back.
Okay.
Because of my past career, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Because of my past career, it put a mental block on me, okay, right? Do I want to train men, right? Because a lot of the men, they're following me, right? They're following me from my old career, right? Do I want to deal with the negative comments? Am I ready to deal with that? Am I going to be able to handle that? Are they going to be able to see me now as not a new person, but changing my path to a new career, right? So these negative thoughts in my own head were the ones that were keeping me back from actually achieving the greatness that I know that I have to help other people. So yeah, it's just complete mindset change. It's just mindset.
And that's the thing, because the mindset, and I truly believe this, that the mind will go after anything that you set it to. It will begin to work towards it. If like you said, if it's something negative, it's going to work towards that negative aspect of what it is that you're focusing on. But if you're focusing on something positive, then it will work towards that goal that assignment that you are working towards. Because you ever had this happen to you where you've gotten a new car and then all of a sudden you start to see that particular kind of car on the road? It's crazy. And when I read that, you know, because there've been several people that have talked about that, I'm like, well, dang, they right about that. I keep seeing this guy. I just got it. And even when it comes to us achieving certain things, like you said, if you believe that you can't do it, then yeah, you're right, you won't do it. But if you believe that you can do it, there are going to be obstacles. There's going to be setbacks and things that come along. But if you have the mental toughness to push forward, the mind will keep working towards it. It won't even allow you to say, hey, that's not doable, that's not achievable. And I tell people this too: failure is a part of the process. It really, there's not one, like you said, there's not one wealthy person, there's not one successful person that will tell you that they have not failed. If they tell you that they haven't failed, you better run from them because they lied and not telling you the truth. Even and there's this this meme that's out, and it gives the statistics on Michael Jordan, how many shots he missed, how many game-winning shots he missed. And I forgot what the last part of it was, but it says he also has six NBA championships, the NBA Finals MVPs, and is now thought of as you know, one of the GOATs. I don't personally think he's the GOAT, but you know, but that's just me. But yeah, but see, people, I know, right? That yeah, Michael Jordan, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest basketball player to me of all time, and I'm talking basketball player overall. There's not another person that has dominated high school, college, and had the NBA career that he's had. That there's nobody else. If you put those numbers up, bar none. But even being that successful, being a Michael Jordan, being a Tyler Perry, or being what's his name? Can't believe I can't remember his name. His last name is Thomas. Eric Thomas. That's it. Eric Thomas. Being successful on that level, they will tell anybody that you listen to that they will tell you that failure is part of it. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all of them will tell you that there are failures that will come. But the question is, you can get knocked down as many times as you want. Question is, are you going to get up? Do you get up? Do you get back up again and again and again? And what are you learning? You know, I think as entrepreneurs, and even when you get into this mindset fitness thing, the nutrition thing, I'm sure you've had some of your clients that get frustrated. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm hungry. I need something to eat. You know, that type of thing. And saying, well, or they say, Marci, I'm not losing weight fast enough. Wait, you know, when is it going to happen?
When I hear a lot of.
Yeah, right. I'm not losing it fast enough. What do I do? It's not working. It's not working. Understanding the process, that whole process, I think, whether it's entrepreneurship or even in fitness, understanding the process and that it does take time. It takes work. It's going to take that taking 2 steps forward, getting knocked back 3 steps. All of those things are part of what happens to us, especially as entrepreneurs. Because I tell, you know, my entrepreneur clients, this thing, it'll have you curled up like a baby, crying and wondering what the heck am I doing? Why am I doing this? You know, why am I doing this? So you do have to have a mental toughness when it comes to obtaining what it is that you want to obtain, whether it's in your health, getting down to that weight that you want to get to, that having the nutrition, because I've always believed that healthy eating is a habit. It becomes a habit, but then it becomes a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, because people can, and you probably can talk more about this, people can go on as many diets as they want to. And the thing that I've noticed, you get to that point where you've lost the weight, but then you go right back to eating the same food that got you gaining the weight in the first place, as opposed to saying, you know what, I need to change my eating habits. I need to have a healthy eating lifestyle as a part of it and everything like that. Now, I want to ask you this: why should health and fitness be important to us? Why should that be important to us as men and women?
Why should health and fitness be important? Well, my next question would be, do you want to die sooner?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's your answer.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
So why should it be important? Because either you're going to enjoy life while you have it here on earth and pay a nominal fee now, right? And still be able to enjoy your friends, your family, your animals, your dogs, your spouse, and the quality of life, vitality, great sex. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. And to be able to walk up and down the stairs without huffing and puffing, then take care of it now. Mm-hmm. Or you can not do anything, right? Your spouse is mad at you because now you're snoring. She's kicking you in the ass. You're not having good sex because your belly's too big. And she's mad because you're not hitting all the spots. We won't go any further than that. And you're unhappy, cloudy, you can't think straight, and you don't have the quality of life. You're not able to play with the kids and go on a walk, and you get high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes. Mm-hmm. And you pay for doctors and get on medicine later. So those are the only two choices you got. It really is. There is no in between, right? Now, with this one, right, you're doing what you need to do and you pay for it now. You can also still enjoy having cake, pizza, some wine, a beer. You can go on vacation, honey, and not work out for a week and you won't lose what you got, right? And then you can come right back to it and get right back on it again. And you're still enjoying life. Your pants fit better. Your shirt fits better. You can see your toes now. You're not huffing and puffing, walking up some stairs, right? You're going longer on sex, right? Your spouse is happy. You're happy. That's a whole great big old apple right there. Or you've got this choice and none of that's happening and you're still doing the same thing. And every time you have a drink, it just adds on to already what's messed up inside of your body. Inflammation, stress, right? Headaches, joint pains, gastrointestinal issues, not going potty enough, definitely not having sex enough, and can barely stand up and sit down without breathing, and you're about to get on medicine. The choice really is up to the person. For me personally, which is why I stay working out and I stay consistent, I want to have vitality, right? I want to live. Here's what I joke with one of my really close friends and female client. We're giving up at 80 because we've been working out for so.
I love it. I love it. Like, wait, I'm done. Yep.
We're giving up at 80. She and I both, I mean, we work out together. Like I train her and we're both athletes. She's a volleyball player, marathon runner, just works out hardcore with me. And I have hard workouts. I put myself through my own hard workouts. At 80, we're retiring to some beach somewhere down south, South America. We're going to be living, smoking. I don't even smoke, but we're going to smoke cigars and start drinking every day. Because I want to live my last 20 years enjoying doing nothing because I've worked out every single day of my life, including during pregnancy. I worked out until I was 41 weeks.
Did you? Okay.
I sure did, honey.
But
I mean, obviously days were better than others, but I worked out every single day when I had.
Isn't that healthy for women to do that though?
Absolutely. My doctor told me, and this is the same thing that I truly believe in, if you've already started working out, right, then continue doing what you're doing, right? So even the heart rate, like that, the heart rate is supposed to not be over 140, I think. My doctor told me, don't worry about it because you've gotten your heart rate's so strong, your heart's so strong, it's not going to affect the baby. The baby's going to be fine. He's like, just don't do a sauna and you'll be all right. So I was lifting weights. I was doing squats. I was doing heavy weights. I mean, as time went on, I got less and less and less, right? But I was still working out and it made my labor quite easy. And then for women that don't work out, yoga, just do some yoga, right? Because now it's going to prepare your mind for that pain that's about to happen. We all don't talk about it, but there's some pain in that stuff. Women forget. God did that. He did that on purpose. Get about it. Have 5 more kids. I'm good with you. However, but yes, working out is really great for expectant moms and even afterwards, right? Just keep working out, like abso-freaking-lutely. It's the best thing for you, and breathing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Now, I know you talked a little bit earlier about your business, but I want you to let's talk specifically about tell us a little bit about your company, and what you do, because I know you have different aspects of your business. So let's talk about that and give the name, because I think it's Phoenix Tribe Fitness is what it is. So what is that for people that may not be aware of it or know what it is?
It started off with training with Marci, and because I want to expand, that's why I changed the name.
Okay.
I don't want it to be about me, because it's not. And I chose Phoenix Tribe Fitness, Phoenix first, because I've reinvented myself.
And we're going to get into that too, confidence reinvented. So
I reinvented myself, and like a bird that is confident flying out of the ashes, right? That's where Phoenix came from. And it just suited me so well. And I'm like, that's what I want it to be called. Tribe, because we're all a tribe together, right? So Phoenix Tribe Fitness, that's where that came from. And what do I do? Well, I explained a little bit earlier in the beginning of the segment, but my company, we provide nutrition only programs. So see, these are for the clients that specifically just want nutrition only. Mm-hmm. And, that program is a 6-month program. We talk about their foods, the kind of things they do or don't like. So it's all tailor-made specifically to that client. So I have one client, he is allergic to all nuts. So we don't give him any nuts, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I have another client that didn't like avocados. Okay. So it literally is it's tailored to their likes and dislikes. And they just kind of literally talk to me, and we meet up once a week, talk about what's happening, their weight loss, how their journey's going, making sure they're staying active. The other programs that I offer are a 6-month and a 12-month program. And these include nutrition. They also include the online programming. We meet up once a week. It also includes virtual training with me. So the 12-month includes 4 virtual trainings. So as you and I are sitting here talking, I would watch them work out just to make sure that they're, performing the exercises correctly, correct form, things of that sort. And then to basically put them through a Marci workout, because a Marci workout is harder than what anybody else is going to do, trust me. So that's the 12-month program. And then the 6-month gets 3 virtual training, same thing, online programming. I mean, basically when it comes down to online programming, the person has to be motivated enough to go to the gym, because I'm not there to hold their hand, and I can see what they're doing because I have my own app. So if I'm looking at your program and I see that you didn't work out, I'm gonna text you, what happened?
What? Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Where you at? Like, why didn't you work out? Like, what, so it's not like, oh, she's not watching. No, I am watching. So that's what I offer. And again, it's also with lifestyle coaching too, So those are my 2 different programs. And there's a new program that I'm starting that's literally directed toward executive men and golfers.
Yes.
And
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yes. I used to work with executive men back in the day. And so now I'm deciding to kind of come back to that. My golfers, I know that they get out there to reduce the stress, but if you're not physically strong, you're not going to hit that little ball down the drive or down the green, right? If your core isn't fired up or your glutes aren't fired up, how are you going to get that rotational twist without injuring yourself, right? If you don't have shoulder mobility, how are you going to get that club down there? You know what I mean? So I'm going back to that. It's going to be a 12-week program. This is a little bit higher program for my golfers, because they'll also get a chance to train with me. Instead of 2 to 3 times, they'll end up training with me twice a month. So it's offering a little bit more of me, so which means that there's a little bit more in depth to what I'm providing. So that one's my little higher, it's my higher ticket program.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Do you play golf?
I don't.
Well, let me tell you a quick funny story. My ex-girlfriend back in the day, we're talking, and she's like, well, you need to play golf because that's where deals are made. I'm like, I don't play golf. I don't like it. I don't have nothing to do with it. So this past year, actually started last year, had a business associate of mine introduces me to a gentleman, older gentleman that he's a Hall of Fame golfer that went to an HBCU right here, because I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, went to Morgan State University, was Hall of Fame of golfer, is a golfing consultant now. So I want to introduce you to him. He's looking to write a book because I'll assist in writing in books as well. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll meet him. Calls me, we connect, and he wants me to meet him at the golf course that he works at. So I'm like, cool, wasn't too far from, it's actually literally not even too far from me. So we're out there and we're talking, we're at the putting range and everything like that. So we get to meet a couple times and we just having fun. I'm sitting there, doing the putting, and he's actually showing me techniques. The mind you must, I'm just like, I'm not the one for golf. But the more that I found that I went out and talked with him at the golf course, because that's where we usually met, I'm just like, man, this is really, it's relaxing. I'm enjoying it. And me, the competitive person that I am with the putting range, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna get this, get this ball in at the tee, because they have the little tees. It's not holes, but it's actually like a stick that sits up, and you have to hit the stick that they have at different places so you can practice your putting game. So I'm getting into this. I'm like, yeah, I'm really getting into it. And he's showing me how to do certain things. I'm like, man, this is really nice. Now I ain't saying I'm going out playing 18 holes or nothing like that, but it was the whole atmosphere that a golf course gives you. I was just like, man, and I laughed because every time I go there, I'm laughing at her telling me that I need to go play golf, to go play golf, and to how just what deals need to be made. And even talking with him, he talked about how you can, the golf tournaments that you can sponsor, and me as a business owner being a sponsor, which is one of the things that I'm always thinking about, how do you expand your brand? I started talking, I'm like, no, he's right. Like you can, I could just sponsor. He said you can sponsor a hole at a golf tournament. You get your name out there. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, there is something to this thing. So it's just funny that I'm just like, here's this thing that I hadn't even had. I was just like, I was going to be the farthest thing from playing golf and doing it, but I found that in just learning a little bit about it and how he related the life that we go through to the game of golf and the things that we do. And I just thought it was fascinating that how that came about and stuff like that. So yeah, and when I saw that you were working with golfers, I was like, okay, yeah, I was like, I gotta ask her if she plays golf, or if in your having clients, if you ever get a chance to go to a golf course, or you meet them and you're doing one of your consults out there. It's great. It's really great to just sit, relax, and when you have those conversations, or even your training could be there, because they have the I guess where they meet at and stuff like that, different places, the clubhouse, or different places that you can probably do some things, or even with your golf clients. It's really good that when I saw you doing that, I was like, oh, okay, she's on to something there, with that. And the executives, I thought it's fine, because I think we as entrepreneurs and even as executives, we don't take our health, we don't incorporate our health into our daily activities. Some do a lot, some do include that as a part of it, workout and everything like that. But a lot of us, I don't believe, do. So I think you working with the executives, getting that in, because that adds to, like you were saying, being able to live longer, being able to live longer, spend more time with your kids, your grandkids, and leaving that legacy. Because I don't know about you, I'm trying to be around here as long as I can, as long as I can. I ain't trying to go nowhere no time soon with it. So I think that's great. I love the program that you added to it, and the workout tips are awesome too.
Oh, thank you. Yep. Yeah. I will definitely keep posting those.
Yeah, but that's great. It's a great marketing tool. It's a great marketing tool. That's digital content that folks can can go to, and that filters people more to you. Well, let me see what this, what this Phoenix Tribe Fitness is all about. She's giving us these tips, like, yeah, because I told you, I know I like doing my crunches and my push-ups, because that's what I'm trying to get this six-pack here. I don't know if I'll ever get it to a six-pack again, but that's what my main thing is. So the tips that you gave, seeing the different workouts that you gave for the abdomen area, for the area, I think is huge, for those of us that want that, and then want that, because that V shape, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know.
Honestly, a lot of it's genetics.
Is it? Yeah.
Genetics. I have that in my people have asked, like, how do you get it? I'm like, I mean, I do leg lifts, or I do like captain chairs, but majority of it, it's genetics.
Yeah, cool. Now, what advice? We're in 2022. The weather's starting to break, starting to get warm outside. People want their what they call it, beach body. They want their beach bodies. What advice do you give those who are trying to get in shape for 2022? Is it too late? And how can they begin now to get in shape? Not just for now, but long term.
What is it, March? It's March?
Yeah. Yep. First quarter.
Listen, they should have been working on that in November, honey. They should have came to me in November, but it's never too late. I think I just posted a reel on that this morning.
Okay.
That it's really not too late. You don't work on your beach body during the summer. You work on it during the winter, man. That's when you do it. When everybody's bundled up, when it's cold and you don't want to go outside, and it's snowing and it's sleet, because I know a lot of people on the East Coast got snow and stuff, honey. That's when you work on your body. You don't work, you maintain during the summer, because now you got summer parties to go to. Now you've got the barbecues to go to. You've got Memorial Weekend, 4th of July weekend. You've got all these things happening. So you want to maintain. You're not trying to work it out. It is not necessarily too late. I think this first of the quarter, this is the perfect time to really get started, right? Because then you can kind of lose, anywhere between 5 to 10 pounds within the next 6 to 12 weeks, and you're smack dab in it, right? This is the time you reach out to me. You reach out to me, you push that book now button on my Instagram, on my Facebook, or you go to my website, you set up a new client consultation, and we figure out whether or not we're a good fit for each other. Because a lot of times we're not a good fit, but this is the time to start doing it now. And honestly, just stay on it. It takes 21 days to create a habit.
I love it. Yes.
After that 21 days, why stop? Keep it going, right? Because once you hit one goal, there's another goal that you can get to, I promise. You don't necessarily, and when I say you, I'm speaking generalistically, people don't get stronger necessarily. I'm sorry, the workouts don't get easier, you just get stronger. So then you have to find another workout in order to challenge your body, because the body is smart, right? The body will adapt quite easily. And if you're not challenging yourself or your muscles, you're going to stay stagnant, and nobody wants that, right? So it's not too late, but if you reach out in April, or I'm sorry, if you reach out in like May, well, now we're thinking about the holidays like Thanksgiving, because the summer's already done.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and we're gonna, I'm gonna have you give your, of course, your contact information, website, and all of those things where people can contact you in a few minutes. But I want to talk about what you just talked about. But how can they, for the remainder of 2022, begin to develop a healthy mindset? Because, like you've said, eating healthy is a mindset. How do you begin to work on, like you said, that lifestyle part of it? How do they begin to develop that healthy mindset?
Honestly, it's really figuring out what it is that you're trying to achieve, right? So I write a lot of things down. I journal a lot, and journaling helps kind of put it into my head what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, what I want to accomplish. So if a person wants to stop drinking soda, well, write it down. I will not drink soda for the next 30 days, right? Get all soda out of your house. and drink only water.
Mhm.
A lot of people tell me they don't like the taste of water, which is the strangest thing to me because water is so good. I digress. So if you can't, quote unquote, just drink water, get some Crystal Light. It's 0 calories, no sugar, right? And it's a little bit of a flavor to it.
Right.
Or get a soda machine, right? If people are accustomed to drinking that fizziness,
Okay.
you can get them at like a soda machine and put like some sort of flavor inside of it, or club soda, right? Club soda has 0 calories, no sugar. So that's one way to start with that. If your goal is to get rid of sweets, okay, write it down. I will not eat sweets for the next 30 days. Take all sweets out of your house. If you got kids, put it somewhere you can't see it. Put it somewhere you cannot see it. And if you can, like, have somebody else make it for you or give it to your kids so that you're not tempted. You know what I mean? Or put some gum in your mouth while you're making something sweet. So you're not, because if you got spearmint in your mouth, nothing tastes good.
Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely, you cannot eat, drink anything after you had a proper.
Spearmint tastes horrible, man. So put some spearmint in your mouth, right? If you've got kids and your kids are eating cookies and things of that sort. For me, literally, it's all about journaling. If you're writing these things down and you have these affirmations and you have these goals and you have them, you know, either on your computer wall or in your bedroom or even in the kitchen, of saying what it is that you're trying to achieve, that puts it into your mind, right? We just talked about this earlier. The mind will do amazing things and it can achieve what it is that you want to achieve. You just have to keep it within inside of their forefront and not in the back, right? So that's the best advice that I could possibly give. Just take all things out of the house. Like ultimately, all things out of the house. When you go to the grocery store, shop on the perimeter, on the outside, right? You go down those aisles, well, now you're tempted with like,
I know, right?
Chips, cookies, candies. Again, I get it, right? Because some of us got kids. But even then, I buy stuff for my daughter that's organic and wheat-free, soy-free, gluten-free. And she's not missing anything. You know what I mean? I buy stuff that doesn't have sugar, but it's got stevia in it, or it's got monk fruit in it. You know what I mean? So her little taste buds aren't like, she'll eat cotton candy. She's like, Mommy, I don't like it. I'm like, yes. You know, so I mean, literally shop on the outskirts, write stuff down, what it is that you're trying to achieve, get stuff out of the house if you know you don't have that self-control, and just push for smaller goals ultimately.
Absolutely. Now, from an entrepreneur perspective, what advice would you give someone who is looking to become an aspiring entrepreneur? Says, hey, Marci, I'm thinking about, you know, venturing into whatever the industry might be. What advice would you have for someone who is an aspiring entrepreneur?
Do it. Just do it. You know, inaction is still action, right? Find somebody, do the research, whatever it is you're trying to do. Find somebody that you can trust. If you need a website, find somebody that's willing to work with you. If you don't have money to start, because websites can be expensive, that's willing to work with you, and lay out your business plan. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Who do you want to market to? Find out what their likes or dislikes are, and find your niche. And when you find that niche, then market to that niche specifically. Don't think too broad, because if you're thinking too broad, well, then you're not going to hit anybody, because who you want to hit is not going to know that you're targeting them. They're just going to be like, oh, that's for the next person. And that next person is going to be like, oh, that's not for me, because you're not talking to them specifically, you know? So when it comes down to stuff like that, just do research and go for it. It's the best feeling. And then know why you want to become an entrepreneur, right? It's got to be more than just money, because money it's great to have it. However, who are you trying to help, right? Like, why do you want to help them? It's all about the why, you know? So that's my advice.
I love it. I love it. So what's next for Phoenix Tribe Fitness and Marci for 2022? What you got going on?
Still just kind of developing my company and getting it to a broader audience. And once I hit the number that I'm thinking of hitting, or that I know that I'm going to hit, then there will be taking it. And then I will be hiring coaches underneath me to help with the business.
I love
I
it.
definitely want to branch out, and I definitely want to have other coaches underneath me, and the niche will still be very driven to executive men, still dealing with men, and preferably having women coaches training men.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to see Phoenix Tribe Fitness Global. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love that. I love that. So I want you to give, how can people connect? How can they press that? How can they press that book button for you to be able to do the consult, to be able to get access to all of your programs that you have and everything like that? How can they connect with you?
Well, you can connect with me on my website. My website is phoenixtribefitness.com. There is a book me button there. You can do a new client consult on there, a phone consult, or actually do one of the programs. And it literally is just going to come directly to me. Instagram, it is phoenix.tribe.fitness. And then on Facebook, it is Marci Scott. And my Facebook page, it is Phoenix Tribe Fitness.
Where's that YouTube at?
I have a YouTube, but I haven't really started utilizing it. So I'm not putting it out there until I get it the way that I need it to be. Right now, it's just kind of, there is stuff on there, but it's not enough for me to really promote it. Trust me, when I do, you'll be the second to know because I'll be the first.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those are platforms, and YouTube is a great tool to use to be able to reach, like you said, the broad audience, because it's people can literally from all around the globe, they'll get to know Phoenix Tribe Fitness and Coach Marci, Coach M, to be able to come and do these workouts. I've seen, and we know now that the internet has become the great equalizer. Like you said, you could literally be in your home and training somebody in Italy. So
it's great.
That is the ultimate equalizer when it comes to business. You know, when it comes to businesses and everything like that. So I think it's great. Coach Marci, thank you. This has been absolutely phenomenal. I thank you for sharing your knowledge. I thank you for sharing information, and even thank you for sharing the resources that you've given to us today. I think our health is vitally important to who we are, and as a country and as people, we need to be healthy, and we can't do that if we don't take the time to, like you said, to understand how, what we're eating, take the time to be intentional about what we're eating and do the things that we need to do so that our bodies can so we can be in these bodies as long as we possibly can, and like you said, the cut down on the diabetes and the other health issues that we get as a result of what we do to our bodies in our 20s and 30s and 40s, and then expect it to go away when we get into our latter years. It's not going away. You beat that body up for so long, and then all of a sudden now when if we do what we're supposed to do, kind of all along, then our bodies will do what it's supposed to do. And even if something does happen, the body is being given everything it needs to do what it's supposed to do. So it'll even heal itself if we give it the opportunity to be able to do that. So if you can give your contact information one more time, and then we'll close out, okay?
phoenixtribefitness.com. Instagram handle is phoenix.tribe.fitness.
I know it's a lot, I'm telling you.
Right. My personal Facebook page is Marci Scott. You can look it up under Coach Marci 1. And then my Facebook page is Phoenix Tribe Fitness 2.
Absolutely. So I hope that you all can take from this that your health is your wealth. Because if you don't have your health, trust me, you can't do nothing else.
No,
you can do nothing else. As wealthy as he was, Steve Jobs couldn't do anything about his health. Couldn't do anything. There was no amount of money he could get the best care that he got, I'm sure, but there was absolutely nothing that he couldn't do about his health. So we have to take care of these bodies because it's the only one we get.
Only one we got.
Only one you get.
If we take care of our bodies will take care of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's a great way for us to be able to end this episode of Brand U Development Series. And we want to thank y'all for tuning in. As I say, it's my mission this year to make you better by the end of 2022 than you were at the beginning of 2022. And we do that. The only way we can do that is by bringing you phenomenal people like Coach Marci, who are doing great things to not only make you better from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint as well, and a nutritional standpoint as well too. So my name is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. This Brand U Development Series is brought to you by J&F Enterprises, LLC, and the Black Professional Men. So we want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see you all next time.